morning, Port Jervis, and welcome to Port Center, live from HBE, the place to be. Oh, I almost hit this. It's this one. I almost hit my timer. Principal Emily Mesnick here. Good morning. Thank you, Miss Mesnick, for hosting us today.
Of course. It's a wonderful day.
It is Leadership Day. If you've been in the Port Jervis community, you've been around HBE, certainly. How many years now, Miss Mesnick, is Leadership Day been around?
Oh, my goodness. It's definitely more than 10.
More?
Definitely more than 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how has it grown over the 10 years?
Over the years, we've had different groups come in and be a part of it. A really popular group that comes in is the canines.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so all of our parents, everything is fine here at HBE. We have our many different law enforcement officers that bring their dogs to HBE and they do demonstrations for the students. That's always a favorite. So if you see all the police cars, they're here as visitors.
Ms. Mesnick, you walk in, right? Everyone greets you nice. You're here. You got your clipboard. It looks easy, but there's a lot of background there. Talk to me about setting up this big day.
So we take and we have a group of people that meet and we start the planning. We look at all of
when do you start the planning?
Probably 6 months ahead.
Wow.
6 months ahead.
Wow.
We meet and we go through our list from the previous year, and then we look at who's not on the list, who we might want to add, and then big thank you to my administrative aide, Matt Nab, in the main office. Matt sends out all of the invitations and keeps track of the RSVPs. And then we start to look at the schedule and we let people choose, are they comfortable speaking with the younger students or with the older students? So we give them an opportunity to work with a grade level that they're comfortable with. We don't want somebody to come in who's comfortable with 5th grade and then we assign them with our pre-K. It's a very different vibe. So
little people.
Yes.
People.
So we accommodate our requests. We offer up various times throughout the day. So the guest speakers start coming in around 10 and they're here scheduled throughout the day according to their availability until about 2 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
All day.
All day.
Oh
all
my
day.
God.
Yeah.
How do you get all the school stuff in?
Oh my goodness. Just try and put everything around where we can.
Wow.
We also have the high school athletes come up and they are helping out with all of our special areas. So the students go into the gym and they have stations set up and they work with the students. So it's not just leaders from the community that are adults. We also take our high school leaders as well.
You've had a lot of high school kids come back here. Yeah, they were here for the pep rally. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
If you're watching live, jump in, say hello, ask a question. Certainly say hi to Principal Mesnick. Ms. Mesnick, we're impacting the kids today. We're here, all these guests are going to impact the kids, but what do you hear from the guests? What do you hear the feedback from the adults that come in?
Oh, they love it. They love it because it really refreshes what you're doing, when the kids are asking questions and, something maybe that you didn't think of and you're like, wow, I really do this. This is my job. And I make a difference. And the kids are so curious and people say they leave, they're refreshed, they're excited. You never know with the children which one you're going to spark something interesting too, like, oh well, maybe I want to grow up and I want to do this.
Planting that seed early.
Absolutely.
Wow. So you've been planning for 6 months. What's the most difficult thing about the day itself?
I think for me, the most nervous part is just making sure everybody gets here, which all of our people were here ready to go and speak with our classes, because each class has guest after guest after guest, along with going to see the high school athletes, going to see the canines outside. So if somebody is running late, we can't just put them into another spot. They have really the time to finish because somebody else is coming in.
Tight schedule.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's making sure that everybody is here, that they know where they're going. We have refreshments for our visitors set up. So that also gives them, when they're done talking, it gives them a chance to chat and network with other people who are here. So.
Ms. Mesnick, I know you get to see around there. Hey, Linda, thanks for tuning in. I know you get to see some of the speakers. You're busy hosting, but you also get to see. What are some great engagement tips that you've seen from some speakers coming in? I mean, you going into a first grade class, you
Yeah.
better be ready. You thinking
Yeah.
it's easy with the little
Yeah.
kids. You better be ready.
Yeah.
What are some great engagement things you've seen?
I've seen a lot of different things. I've seen people come in who are in culinary arts and they have the students decorating cookies. I've seen a local judge came in and set up the classroom like a courtroom.
Ooh.
So the kids got to figure out, is the person guilty or not guilty? And they staged a crime and a trial. So they got to see that process. So it's really, everybody's so unique. A lot of them they bring different goodie bags for the kids. We have a veterinarian tech who's here. She brings a little dog with her. So yeah, all
Nice.
different things. Yeah.
Nice. Ms. Mesnick, I got some props here. I'm deciding which one I'm going to ask you about. We only have a minute or so left, but this is one of my favorite here. So my question is, and you can pick, what is something that you as a leader help look like magic, right? When you see it, that you put your fingerprints on it, people say, oh my God, but you know how much hard work. Or the flip side is, what's a challenge for you? And you're saying, oh man, what's a challenge? So you could pick something that you make look easy, or something that's challenging for you. Which do you choose? Or do you want to wish?
Wow. Oh my goodness. So I think, well, the challenging part for me is I always have so many ideas. I have this big board in my office, and I'm always like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. But each piece that you want to bring to the school and you want to do, you have all of the planning and the different pieces that lead up to it. It's the connections you have to make. All different groups have to be a part of that. So it's taking all of my ideas and putting them on a timeline. By 5 years down the road, I'd like to have this. 4 years down the road, I'd like to have this. And then it's back planning. What do I need to do today to make that happen in 4 or 5 years? I always want to look around the school and see what can we do to bring new, whether it's walking path for the students to have exercise during the day outside, whether it's new course offerings or freshening up just different activities we already have. I think that in order to inspire our students to be great learners, we have to constantly be battling the boredom. You don't want that, because once they start getting bored, they drift away. So it's constantly, everything has to be fresh and new. So it's really, my wish would be, okay, I've got all of these ideas. Let me look at what I need to do today to make my ideas happen tomorrow.
Great answer there. I love it. The ideas, John Gordon calls them the downloads, right? And then we got to sort through. Ms. Mesnick, how do you deal with, right? You have a building here. There's a wide variety of people. There's younger people. There's older people. There's serious people. There's people who like to joke. So not every idea is going to resonate with every person. So what's the tipping point? Is it half your staff, 70%? Is it I'm going to do a survey, or is it I'm the leader and this I think is best? And we're going to go through. How do you find the balance of, hey, some people aren't going to like this?
Right. I think everything that you do starts with a good idea, but the idea is just the idea. Then you need the group of people that takes what your original idea was and says, wait, we could do this, or we could add this, and your idea morphs over and over until it becomes what it finally is. And it's through all of that input, all of those things. I like to tell the staff, we dream big. We say, what if we could do this? Like, don't let anything stop you. Dream big. Come to me with the big ideas. I don't want to say no. Let's do this. So we want to dream big. And then there's the inspiration part. You want to inspire people to want to do this with you, because that's the boredom buster. And then there's the work hard to make it happen. So it's the dream, the inspiration, and the work that makes these ideas come to fruition. Like, I look at where I'm at, and I'm here not because I had some magic power to get me here. I'm here because I was ready to outwork anybody on that climb up. It's the grit, it's the hard work that comes with that. And that's our ideas.
It wasn't this?
No magic. It's the grit. It's hard work. It's hard work.
Principal Mesnick, everyone. Ms. Mesnick, we got a tight schedule, so
Yes,
our
we
first
do.
guest is up. Thanks for kicking us off.
Awesome.
Do we want to see if he's here?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good morning, Miss Estenez. Thanks for tuning in, and certainly thanks for your very much support of the program here. So, but we have our first guest here, TC Crawford, should be coming in, and hopefully he's here. But if not, we will adjust. If you are watching live, again, please jump in and say hello to us. There we go. Here he is.
Mr. Murata, what do you say?
Did you ride a bike in, Mr. Crawford?
I didn't want to be sweaty for you, so I did not.
Cool. Well,
you,
we're
sir?
live. You got to come on this side, my friend.
We're live already?
We're live. Yeah, this is a rolling show. Miss Mesnick kicked us off.
All right.
We are live. Yeah. Watch your step there.
Outstanding.
Good to see you. This is TC Crawford, friends.
All right, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Look at you. You are ready.
I do try to come prepared. Yes,
Wow.
sir.
Did your wife go over your lesson plan with you?
No.
No. She did. She wasn't in there.
No. I did
You got to
this
get over here, my
completely
friend.
on my own.
Yeah. Yeah, we are live right now, TC. So thanks for jumping in. Good to see you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Yeah, thanks.
It's great to be here.
We're here, TC.
Oh,
This
yes,
is things,
here we
so
are.
scoot in
Okay.
tight.
Yes, sir.
Did you already speak? Have you already done, or is this kicking you off your day?
This is kicking me off. This is my warm-up.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thanks for doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pleasure.
This is our school podcast.
All right.
It goes out to our community.
Wonderful.
But when we can reach local businesses and local people, we love that. So you are not a Port grad. Am I saying that correctly? Or you are?
No, that's correct. I graduated from Hackettstown High School in New Jersey.
Okay.
Mhm.
And how'd you get to Milford then? How'd you get up here?
I was in the bicycle business for over 10 years in New Jersey.
Okay.
And when it was time to branch out on my own, actually, Trek Bicycle scouted out a store that was underperforming that had opportunity, and I moved to Milford to purchase Action Bikes and Outdoor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Well, TC's connected to the Port Jervis community. Your wife, Megan, is a teacher here.
17 years, yeah.
HBE or is she EME? Where's she at?
She's second grade in Fort.
In at East Main. Okay, good,
Yep.
good. Well, hopefully she has her class tuning in today and checking us out.
Yeah, that would be great. I hope so.
Yeah. So what's your message today? What are you going to speak about today?
To the kids or to you?
Either one. we'll let it roll here.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. To the kids, we're going to talk about leadership and, what it takes to be a great leader, dabble into what it takes to run a business, see what the kids are interested in. If any of them plan on being entrepreneurs one day, what they believe would be healthy habits to be a successful entrepreneur. And then I will share with them some of my practices as well.
Nice. And are you comfortable with kids, TC? It's not easy to talk to kids. You
Yeah.
comfortable talking to classroom kids?
I'm very comfortable talking to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple kids myself. We are a family shop, so I work with kids every single day, and we host children's rides, and they're the future, man. So we got to keep those guys sharp and keep them excited.
Very cool. So this is TC from Milford, PA. Again, his wife works here in school. And TC, I think it's great. Over the years, I've seen what you've done, donating bikes, refurbishing bikes, giving bikes to the community. People talk about kids today. Have you seen a difference with kids and cycling with the invention of the cell phone, right? We always talk about kids watching TV in it. Are less kids riding bikes, in your opinion?
It is possible. So I do have some thoughts on that.
Okay.
Kids are very influenced by their parents, by people they look up to, and kids at the end of the day just really like to have fun. So what I've discovered is if we provide an outlet for them to have fun, they'll usually follow us. So if mom and dad are riding bikes, if mom and dad are bringing us to cool trails, if we're going on adventures, kids love that. They don't want to be bored. And I just find that if mom and dad are busy and we're leaving kids kind of to their own devices, phones, games, it's instant satisfaction.
Yeah.
And I deal with that with my own kids. If dad has an awesome plan and we're going to go out on some kind of adventure or go somewhere new, they're all about it. So I do feel like phones are taking away from kids being outdoors, and it's because they want immediate satisfaction. And if as adults, and mentors, parents, whomever that they look up to is not providing them with that outlet, they're going to fall back to what's easy.
Yeah.
And that would be the games and the phones.
Yeah.
So that's my perspective.
It was a perfect answer. You're spot on.
I try.
Yeah. You got action bikes in Milford. Now, I know that you had the shop in Port. Is that still the case?
No. We dissolved the store in Port Jervis.
Got it.
It's been over a year and a half ago.
Got it.
We were in Port for over 4 years as a satellite store.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't sustainable for the long term. So we did remove it.
Okay. And when you go into the shop, I live in Milford, and when you go in there, I've been in there, I've bought bikes from TC. It's colorful, it's clean, and your customer service is fantastic.
Thank you.
Is that something that you work very intentionally with your the staff, greeting the people, problem solving? Because I felt welcomed and I felt heard when I went in there.
Absolutely. And I think the term customer service is overused. It's expected. So we talk about hospitality in our business. You can buy all kinds of products online. And what you can't get online is awesome hospitality. Yeah. How did you feel when you came in? How was your guidance? The selection, the appearance, was it fun? And there's a value to that.
Yes.
And we try to separate ourselves with all of that combined to, allow people to consider us instead of just going online. So we're becoming more of a destination store, and it is very important to me to provide an experience. Great customer service is expected. We're chasing awesome hospitality.
Yeah, you're hitting the mark.
We're doing our best.
Yeah.
We're doing our best.
The coffee shop next door, but even when you drive by, the bikes are out. There's kayaks. There's benches. It just screams, "Hey, we're an outdoor shop. Come see us."
Thank you. And we have another trick up our sleeve. You'll see it soon. It's going to be a couple weeks.
Okay.
We will be launching now. This is top secret stuff. I haven't. Yeah.
So I need to mute the mic?
No, I mean, I'll just say it.
Here we go. Here we go. Big announcement on Port Center. I love it.
So you will see the green at 611 Broad. So we have turf now, which is going to be fenced in, and we are making a really fun outdoor experience where we will have cornhole, Jenga for kids, outdoor seating for the cafe. If you're thinking about buying a bike, a family member can test ride while you lounge, enjoy yourself in our new grassed area, which will be fenced in. And we'll be doing some music and things like that, some events, great start and stop for organized rides and things like that. So that'll be announced soon. I did just kind of give it away, but the grand opening of the green at 611 Broad Street will be happening pretty soon.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
That's phenomenal. TC, I know you got to run with Miss Mesnick, tight schedule, but you mentioned about being in the bike business.
Yes.
How did becoming a bike lover turn into business, right? You could love bikes all you want. If you're not selling them, that's a different, are you more of a bike lover, businessman? Did you go to school for business? Talk to me about the business part of it.
Yeah, great question. So I, even as a young boy, I was just, obsessed with my bike. I mean, I would tear up the grass, just ride all day long, build the jump, whatever. But I just wanted to ride my bike. Yeah. And, I knew as a very young man, as a teenager, that might not be sustainable in my future life. So I studied computers and I got an associate's degree with computers. My passion for cycling never left. And I said to myself, if I can make this work one day, I'm going to. And if I can't, I can always find a job in computers. This is back in 2001, right? Yeah. So I was fortunate that I had an awesome mentor. I acquired a job as a manager at a bike store, very successful one. And I worked with this gentleman, and he became my mentor. His name was Marty Epstein. And we worked together for 10 years until it was my time. So I learned a tremendous amount of business skills from him, team building, things like that. We had a lot of fun. I was able to make a career out of it, and that was, I left him 13 years ago. So that was 13 years ago.
Wow.
Wow,
fantastic. He's the owner of Action Outfitters in Milford. 10 years, folks, right? You think about, let me dive in and I'll figure it out. He worked 10 years with a mentor, and then has been successfully on his own. So shout out to the Crawfords. Again, your wife Megan's a teacher here with us. We got some swag for you.
Oh, awesome.
You know, here's a little porch sticker for you, a little bigger for the bike, but here's one for the bike, or maybe your wife's bike.
Outstanding.
The porch service.
This is for the bike. This is
Okay.
for the Action Bikes trailer.
Awesome.
All right.
There you go, my friend.
Thank you so much.
TC, thanks for being here in Port. Anything else you wanted to share before we let you go?
You know, that was really great. If I had to say anything, you know, beyond leadership skills, really passion. If I really had to narrow it down, especially for any young entrepreneur, passion really drives the business.
Yeah.
You know, you need to learn about leadership. You need to learn about business. But passion is what drives a successful business.
He had the passion for the bikes first, but then I loved what you said about awesome hospitality. You do create experience. So go see him in Action Outfitters. Maybe we'll connect. Maybe I'll do my other podcast and we'll do something for you when you open. I'd love to maybe come on site.
Awesome.
See the green.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Good luck today.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thanks
man.
for your time.
Don't screw it up. It's,
All right.
you know, it's
I'll do my best.
high pressure in there. You
right.
have a bike with you. You're going to ride down the hall.
No, plenty at the store, not today.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very
TC
much.
Crawford, everybody. So go see him in Milford and good luck. You got 3. How many sessions you got?
2 sessions.
2
today.
sessions.
Yep.
Okay. And then back to school.
Back to work. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's see if Mackenzie's here with us. I see you brought gifts for everyone.
I do have prizes. Yes, I do.
I like your preparation, TC.
Thank you.
I
Thank
can tell you prepared for it. Good stuff. All right. All right. We can get Mackenzie in. Let me cue her up here. Thanks, TC.
You're
Appreciate
very
you, man.
welcome. Of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Hi. Good to see you. Hi. Yeah. We're already live. I hope they're telling you it's already live.
It's live.
Yeah, it's live. We're on right now. Come on in. Hi. Right now we have 6, and people are saying hello. The Estenezes are here. So hi. When I knew you, you weren't Mackenzie Wesley. What was your last name?
I was.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
your last name back then. Okay. And what was your
I
year
didn't
of
get
graduation?
married.
What was your year of graduation?
2018.
2018, right before COVID.
Yeah.
You were the last COVID.
Were we?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. 2019 was COVID.
Did I say
Yeah.
2019?
You said 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
I thought 2020 was COVID, wasn't it?
It's all a blur.
Yeah.
I don't
Honestly,
know.
It is.
Well, welcome. Scoot in a little bit, and why don't you let people know who you are? Mackenzie Wesley here.
I'm Mackenzie Wesley. Right now, I feel like a lot of people know me from Kindness Creates with Kimber. We have a store, and I do hair in Matamoros. So that's kind of what we're known for. We do a lot on social media right now. Just kind of getting in with the trends and making like a name for ourselves. And
Yeah.
it's really cool. We see people like come in and they're like, we saw you online, like we found you online, and we're like, oh,
That's good.
famous? Yeah.
It does work. Yeah. And the name is Unprofessional?
Unprofessional, so emphasis on fresh.
Yeah.
Kind of because my personality, I'm like, which is why I was nervous to come here today. I'm very like, just like random, off the walls, like can't predict me. And so like unprofessional, but I'm always like, when I finish hair, I always say like, oh, you're nice and fresh, like new fresh look. So kind of like a play on words there. And my dad, his thing about me is I was his breath of fresh air. So there's like 2 kind of like play on words there. And I was like, I just like it. It's good.
Very cool. So Mackenzie, you're here, Leadership Day. What are you going to speak about today?
So the last 2 years of my life have been kind of difficult.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna kind of talk to the kids about that. And like just kind of tell them like no matter what happens, like you just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep going until it gets better.
Okay.
And we're still waiting on it, but it'll come. You just keep going.
Now, Kimber is coming on later here this afternoon. So are you connected with Kimber there, or you and
Yes.
Kimber got a separate business going on?
So it's in the same building. Kimber rented the building, and a few months later, I took like a space inside of the building.
Okay.
So it was just Kindness Creates, and then a space for her photography. And then in the back, there was just like a little like office space that was like perfect size for like a salon suite.
Nice.
So that's what I did.
Cool. So if people wanted to reach out to you, people wanted to make an appointment, how do they do that?
I have a website, unprofessional.com, and it's all right there. I have a service list. It's very straightforward. It says let's book.
Okay.
And it has an explanation of all the services and what they do.
So yeah, you just click book now, and then it gives you all my availability.
Okay. Have you spoken to the kids yet, or are you going to that?
No, right after this.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did you prepare? What grade level do you have?
Fourth.
Okay.
And I just kind of wrote a little speech on my phone. I did
Okay.
like a little talk to text last night so that it like
Okay.
came out of my mouth like
Yeah.
fluidly.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can just read it and
Okay.
get it across pretty easily.
Okay. Well, good luck there.
Thank you.
Mackenzie, class of 2018 graduate. Mackenzie, what are some skills that you took with you from Port Jervis? What are some things that really stood out that you remember that have impacted you now? How many years later? 7 years later.
That's so crazy. I always look back and think about like my class and kind of like how close we are,
Yeah.
or like how close we were. I just feel like no matter what, like when I see people that were in my class and I grew up with, we're always just like, hey, and like, you know, sometimes you pass people in a grocery store and you're like, but like I feel like everyone in my grade's kind of like comfortable being like, what's up? And I look back at like pep rally and stuff in high school, spirit week. I feel like we all really came together
Yeah.
for stuff like that. So I guess just like a sense of like community and like
Nice.
friendship.
Nice.
That's like no matter what, like you kind of feel like you have that connection, like at least my grade.
So nice to hear that
Yeah.
from our Port Jervis graduates. If you're watching live, jump in and say hello. This is Mackenzie Wesley. Mackenzie, we are going to, with this podcast, with the work I'm fortunate to do here, we are going to kick off an official alumni association. We're going to connect with graduates. We're going to be able to connect your class. They can join a specific year where then people can post things, share things, etc. So, i.e., Mackenzie Wesley has a business. Boom, here's the information, that kind of stuff. So that's coming to a website, text message, email to you. Yeah. So I have some props here, Mackenzie. So I'm going to let you pick. You don't know the question yet, but I'm going to let you pick. I got the balance bird here, or the genie lamp. Which question do you want associated with the prop?
I've been looking at the genie lamp.
The genie lamp. She wants a wish here. So the question is, you could pick which side of the question now. What's something that you do that you make look easy, right? People might think it's magic that you do, or what's something that you wish you could do, right? I wish I could play the piano. Or something that's challenging, right? That maybe you need some help. Which side of the question? You can pick that part too.
I don't know. I feel like the simple answer is I make hair look easy. I'm always like, sometimes when I'm finishing up blow drying the hair, I'm like, I did that. I'm a magician. I'm a hair magician. But I feel like that's the easy side of the answer, but also not, because like it does come very naturally to me, and that doesn't happen to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
did you go to like C-Tech for your hair? You did. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. So you took what you did at C-Tech
Yeah.
and now are putting it
I
into practice?
was licensed before I graduated.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a week before graduation. I got it in the mail that I was licensed and started working in the salon right away.
Are all your clients women, or you have men too?
I have like a few friends. Like I've done a perm on a friend before, and just like a few selected guys. But like I can't like do like barbering skills, like fades, anything like that.
Yeah.
But if you have like longer hair and I'm like comfortable with you, I could cut your hair. But
what do you do, Mackenzie, if someone's not happy with it? They look and they're like,
well, not
How do
to
you-
brag, but like that hasn't
that
happened
doesn't happen.
much.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
I've
That's
had
good.
maybe like a handful of unhappy clients that I can remember. And some of them I try to like, you know, I'll be like, come in, let's fix it. And then either they realize I'm like very transparent about my work and like, what's the word? I like guarantee my work. So if you're not happy, like come back, we'll fix it. Make you happy.
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of good at like firing clients too. Not like good at it as if I've done it a lot, but there's been like a few times where like we're just not seeing eye to eye. And I'm like, okay, like we tried to fix it. You still don't like it. I don't think there's anything I can do at this point to like make you happy. So like maybe like you could go here.
Let's separate. Yeah.
So I have had to do that like twice. And like I said, only a handful of unhappy clients. So I don't have a lot of experience dealing with that, but I'm not one to be stepped all over, so I can put my foot down when I need to.
Yeah, well, that's part of leadership, right?
Yeah.
You can't just on and on and on and
Yeah.
on, eventually you have to cut ties because
Mhm.
you're going to continue to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, we have some swag for you. Feel free to put in the shop. You don't have to, but here's a big port sticker for you.
This is a sticker.
And then that's a sticker.
Oh,
And
that's
then here's
good.
a little one for the
Okay.
the water bottle.
Cool.
Here's my number 2. I'm going to write my cell on the back too. If I can help you, don't hesitate to reach out. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. Any last messages? Anything else you wanted to share?
Come into Kindness Creates. Book with me. Unprofessional.com. And
Cool.
you can shop online at kindnesscreates.com.
Where in the Matamoros Strip is it? Right. We
Right
got Price
on-
Chopper and we got the bridge. Where are you?
Right in between.
Okay.
It's the only pink storefront. It's right next to Two Rivers, across from like Sitco.
On the side of Two Rivers.
Yep.
Okay.
We have a parking lot, so feel free to park in the parking lot.
Oh, that's important.
And then
People like
we're
that.
it's like a 2-door building. We're obviously the pink side.
Cool.
Hard to miss if you're looking, yeah.
Mackenzie Wesley, everyone, go check her out. That's for you. Thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for coming on. Good luck
Thank
today.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good to see you. All righty. I think Mr. Karam is next. All right, good luck. All right. Sure. Cool. Just make sure you tell me that he's live and so. Yes. Hello, Ms. Holtz.
Hi, yeah.
Come on in. Oh,
Hi.
we know who you are. With
Yes,
your,
I have my two goodies.
Come on, you're on this side.
Oh,
You're on this side.
Oh,
Yeah,
here I
yeah.
am.
Welcome, Ms. Holtz.
Hi,
my
hello,
friend.
hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Hi.
Port Jervis class of
1988.
wow.
Yeah, you're giving away my age here,
That's
Mr.
all
Morales.
right. That people can't do math that quickly.
That's true.
They're not adding it up.
That's true.
We'll distract them with your
Okay.
pizzazz.
Wonderful.
So welcome.
My glitter. I do have a little glitter on here.
And and when Miss Holtz has a pass. Normally I zing people for not wearing black and red, but you always got something going on.
I
Yesterday
do.
was green
Yes.
for the kindness, the
Yes.
character red.
Character
And
trait.
today you're wearing your ADAC
Yeah.
apron here.
Yeah, so I typically wear this when I teach at HBE and East Main Elementary, so the kids recognize me and know that I'm with ADAC, and it's kind of like my signature look, and it gets them used to seeing me, so that by the time they get to the middle school and high school, I'm a recognizable face.
Yeah.
So
Miss Holtz, so many people want to do like the thing they love, right? But some people don't do that. You seem to have really combined that, your love of Port Jervis, your Port pride, all those things, but then helping people. You're the prevention specialist at ADAC. How
Yes.
did you bring that here to the doorstep of Port Jervis schools? How did you make that connection?
well, I think my connection started with a lot of volunteering.
Yeah,
is-
you
is
were
how-
at every event.
I was.
I thought you were on the payroll.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people thought I was on the payroll for
I
a
mean,
very
you were
long
at,
time.
you were at the musical. You
Yes.
were at Rachel's Challenge.
I got paid in love and doing what I enjoy. So that kind of led me. Funny story. I was volunteering at ADAC, and one day, the executive director called me in, and he says, "Denise, could you come in the office for a moment?" And I thought,
Uh-oh.
I'm overstepping some boundaries. I'm here too much, and I'm doing too much, and so a complete surprise to me. He said, "How would you like to work for ADAC part time?" And I was like, he goes, "Get paid for all these things that you're doing."
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? Okay, yeah, this could work. So I started out doing all the things that I was already doing, but then starting to get paid for them. And I was district wide. Like I was doing things in every school in Orange County, basically from all the way Highland Falls to here. So everything in between.
Yeah.
And then Mary Alice Kovach, our soon-to-be executive director, she's the assistant executive director right now. I know. Jim is retiring this year, so she came up with this impact idea for the schools to have a dedicated prevention specialist in each district, as many districts as she could get them in. And at the time, I was still working part-time, doing all the things that I love throughout the district and the colleges. And some people had applied for it, and I said, I'm gonna throw my hat into. I'm gonna throw my hat into the name into the hat. And she says, "Are you sure? Because it's going to be full time." And I said, "It's my school. It's my people. I would get to do what I love all the time. I'd be in every school." And so I had to have an interview with admin and the different principals in the school, And I happened to be on a cruise when I found out I got hired.
Great place to celebrate.
So
there.
we did.
Yeah.
We celebrated. I found out I got the position, and it's been a joy ever since.
Yeah.
I feel like I was born for this role. I see pretty much every kid in every school. Like, I'm not just in one school. And so, like, when I go out shopping or I'm somewhere, Mrs. Halls, from kindergarten to high school.
I
So
love it.
it's pretty
You
amazing.
bring tremendous energy.
Yeah.
But Denise, it's not all rainbows and balloons and
No,
smiles.
it's
You
not.
you deal with a difficult topic. You deal with addiction.
Yeah.
You see kids making bad choices. How do you have those difficult conversations?
Well, it's all part of the prevention process. We found scientifically and evidence-based that we need to start prevention when the kids are young.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why it's so important for these classes that we give at the elementary level, to prevent them so that they learn very early on that these habits are bad habits, so that hopefully they don't get to that position, when they get older in middle school and high school. The problem is that we're seeing kids starting vaping and vaping all kinds of substances earlier and earlier, as early as 5th grade.
Wow.
So apparently there's a battle to be had. And, I know I'm one person, and, and I'm trying to, make that happen. It's going to be a slow process, and there's going to be some backsliding, because that's, just the way it is. But I have found that what happens typically if a child gets caught vaping or using a substance in the middle school or high school, they get put into our Teen Intervene program, which is a free program. It's 3 sessions, evidence-based. With me. So that information goes from either Mr. Lazaro or Mrs. Cook. And I am then given the child's name, whatever the incident happened, and I then get consent from the parent to see the child for this Teen Intervene session. And again, it's a free service, completely free for the student. It's done in school. And hopefully by the time I'm done with that 3 sessions, they've learned, some harm reduction strategies, some peer pressure refusal strategies. They really take a look at their inner self and say, why am I even doing this?
Yeah.
What are the pros? What are the cons? The consequences.
Give me your biggest peer pressure refusal. I like how you worded that. Give me your biggest peer pressure refusal line. I got 3 teenagers.
All right. This is it.
Yeah.
I always say this. Throw your parents or guardians under the bus.
Yeah.
Say, man, that looks really cool, and I'd really like to do that right now. And man, I'm really, I'm jonesing for a hit, but I never know when I'm going to get drug tested at home. And parents do have those drug tests.
Oh, yeah.
And, say, I live with my phone. I can't have my phone taken away from me again. Completely. Your parents will 100% of the time agree. Yes. Throw me under the bus. I don't care what you say about me.
Yeah.
How terrible you make me out to be. Throw me under the bus.
Yeah,
That's what you have to do.
That's good.
Mhm.
Because generally a kid would accept that. If you say, no, I'm good or whatever, they keep at it, right?
Yeah.
They keep asking.
They'll keep at it, but a lot of them know that to be true because they've had it done themselves.
Yeah.
So they're like, man, I can't lose my phone for another 2 weeks. That's out of the question. No way. I'm not taking that risk. And the kids look at me like, I never thought of that. I never thought about throwing my parents under the bus. I'm like, yeah, 110% of the time, the kids, your parents will say, yeah, by all means, throw me under the bus. That's my favorite. That's
Awesome.
my favorite one.
Ms. Holmes, we got to go. 10 minutes.
Okay.
Quick.
Woo, that did go quick.
Last thing you want to share? A message? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, there's something that's been kind of on my mind and on my heart lately from doing these, having these conversations that I've been having with this Teen Intervenes. And I think the word that needs to get out is we need more parent engagement. Community-wide.
Yeah.
I think parents really need to know what's going on and the struggles that their kids are having and really have those hard conversations. And from the kids that I talk to, a lot of times parents just want to yell and say, don't do this, instead of having the hard conversation. And that's very much been on my heart and on my mind. And I think parents need to know that. And very early on, I'm talking 4th, 5th grade.
Yeah.
We need to start having those conversations.
And let's see what we can do to promote that. Let's see
Yeah.
what we can do to have some classes, maybe some modeling, so parents can see how it's done. Even you
Yeah.
sharing the peer pressure refusal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a great one. That's my
that's good.
favorite. I love
Yeah.
that one.
Well, here's some port swag for you.
Woo! Now, does this go in my car?
Car, office, house, wherever you want. That's a sticker.
Okay.
Here's one for the water bottle.
Okay, why, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
We
Okay.
appreciate you.
Port
You
pride.
talk about port pride,
Yes.
but to have that port pride put into a mode of trying to prevent
Yes,
addiction and bad choices is a
Yeah.
great combination. So
it is.
we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank
Let's
very
have you
much.
on right before the school year
Okay.
to kick off some of these things.
I would
and
love that.
let's talk about a few parent nights,
I would
maybe
love
to
that.
do some of that modeling.
I would love that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Parents, let's
Okay.
See about setting that up.
Okay.
We got to roll.
All right.
Denise
Bye. Bye.
Send in our next guest.
Okay,
All right.
I will. Thank you.
Cool. I'm going to reset this here. We are coming to you live from Leadership Day here at HBE, and we have a number of guests. They're speaking to our students. I have 3 sessions myself where I get to speak to some students, and we'll see who our next guest coming in here is. Whoa!
Hey.
Wow!
Long time no see.
Dr. Fox, hello, my friend.
What's going on?
Welcome, welcome. We are live here. This is Dr. Michael Fox here from Mount St. Mary University.
College.
Yes.
Mount St. Mary College.
Yeah. Good to see you. You
You
look
too.
awesome.
Thank you. You
Yeah.
too. Everything good?
No stranger to the podcast.
No.
You were on last year, 2
Yes,
years
I was.
ago?
Yes.
Sometime.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Port Jervis graduate, Columbia University,
Yes.
right? Our
Yes.
only Columbia University pennant in the cafeteria.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hopefully you have the mount pennant up too. I think you do.
We have a
Good.
few of those.
Good.
Yes, good connections with
Good.
Port Jervis. Have you already spoken, Dr. Fox?
Yes, I did.
How did
Yes.
it go?
It was great. The students were very engaged. They asked good questions. They had good thoughts. Yeah, we had good conversation. They were really good. I was speaking to the 4th grade classes. They were
Okay.
they were really good.
Did you? What was your message? What was your theme? What'd you bring today?
We talked about leadership. We're talking about leadership. What is a quality of a leader? What is leadership?
Mm.
What is it to them?
Yeah.
And what do leaders do? And what does that mean? And then they asked me a little bit about what I do.
Mhm.
We got into some discussion about what I do every day and things like that. It was great.
And give us your official title at the Mount again. I know it's a big dog title up there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, right. Acting Dean of the School of Business. I'm also the Associate Professor of Business Law.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff there. Dr. Fox, with all the technology, all the AI, all the stuff out there, how is that changing what you're doing at your level for the college, for your students?
Sure. It's an evolving situation. AI in society, every corner of society is having some involvement with AI today. And that includes education. And there are some definite positives for it, use of it. It definitely can aid in terms of maybe checking grammar, checking spelling, helping with research. But there are also drawbacks, right? So you want to be sure that there is no hallucination that is happening, where it's coming up with information that doesn't really exist. That's a big problem, certainly with some of the professions.
I'm sorry, is that what it's called? Hallucination?
Yes, hallucination, they're calling
Wow,
it. Yes,
learn
hallucinating
Learn
sources.
something new. Yeah,
Yes,
interesting.
yes, but also plagiarism, right? So for the academic side, the concern about plagiarism. So what we're doing in education is coming up with ways to utilize it so that students are aware of the potential and they are familiar with the use of it for the work world. But they're also learning on their own. They're thinking for themselves. They can synthesize ideas, and the AI is not thinking for them. And so we don't have a plagiarism issue. And it's a fine line, and it's always being worked on and adjusted.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Did you graduate already? You're done? Your school?
Last week, yes.
Last week.
Yep, May 17th.
So this is you get to catch your breath.
Yes.
Tell me, what do you do now with some downtime? I know you like to travel.
Yes.
You got to catch your breath here. What are you going to do during that time?
So this summer now, finally catching breath would be very nice. It was a very busy semester, very busy year. Now, mostly working on some administrative things at the college, always getting ready for next year. Right? It's a constant cycle, as you know. Doing some work on some scholarship. I use the summers usually to write a little bit, to do my own scholarship and publishing, work on an article. And then
you have 2 published books, correct?
2 published books, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And probably some travel as well. Yes,
Okay.
do some traveling.
Not booked yet.
I think something in Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you like to travel
Yes.
internationally. Dr. Fox, someone told me once, don't be a book salesman, add value to people. So how do you get the word out about your books? How do you share that without trying to be a book salesperson?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Generally, things like this, if I'm talking on a particular topic. So, for example, when we're talking about AI, so I wasn't going to plug it, but since you asked,
Yeah.
so I have one book on technology, law, and society. It's called Primer for an Evolving E-World. It's in its 3rd edition.
Oh,
And I dedicate a portion of the book to discussion of artificial intelligence, its benefits, its drawbacks, use in law, use in society. And so I'll talk about the books when I'm having conversations like this. I do talk about them on my social media. They're available. They're mentioned on my faculty website. They're available online from the publishers. And yes, different channels, different ways of
Cool.
bringing it up without trying to push the books.
so if I want to find those, Dr. Fox, I'm Googling. What am I typing in?
So if you were to type in my name and Primer for an Evolving E-World and the publisher, Kendall Hunt Publishing Company, the book would come up.
Got it.
The other book that I have is on diversity and employment laws in New York State and federally. So it's an employment law book, textbook. For that one, it's through the New York State Bar Association, and it's called Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in the 21st Century Workplace. And it's available on the web from the State Bar. So you can Google my name and the name of the book.
That's impressive stuff, Dr. Fox.
Thank you.
It's impressive stuff. Good stuff here. Again, Mount St. Mary College. Mike, a lot in the news about colleges, smaller colleges, local colleges, funding, this and that.
Mhm.
You know, what's your pitch for the college for kids from Orange County, local kids to come to the Mount?
Absolutely. It's, we're in a beautiful place right on the Hudson River, overlooking the Hudson River in Newburgh. We have a beautiful campus. Come check us out. You can reach out to me if you want to take a tour. I can connect you with the admissions department. But really, we are here. We're local. We are community-based. We've got dozens of majors that you can choose from to study. Obviously, the School of Business, we've got 4 majors there. If you're interested in sports management, accounting, business management, healthcare management. Healthcare is a large portion of the GDP today.
Yeah.
Providers are only one part of it. Managing the medical practices and the dental practices, veterinary practices, the hospitals, the family health medical centers, that's a very large portion as well, the business side. But we also have nursing, we've got education. We have a Bachelor of Science in Education, as well as we have the certifications where you can have a major and also the certifications so you can teach in middle school, high school. We've got history, and we've got psychology and criminology and
Wow.
mathematics
Wow.
and any English, any number of other majors that a college would have. So whatever you might be interested in, check out the Mount. Again, we're here, we're local. You can live on campus. We've got beautiful dorms. But you can also be a non-resident commuting student. We've got student activities. We've got sports teams. You get the great college experience, and it's right here in Orange County. Other than West Point, which is a federal military institution, we are the only 4-year college in Orange County. And so you have that opportunity right here in your backyard.
And a connection to Port Jervis. We have a number of classes offered at Port Jervis
Yes.
schools to help make that connection. And,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's
the
awesome.
night program, the dual enrollment program. Absolutely.
Awesome. Dr. Fox, we have a busy schedule here, so we're meeting a lot of people. What advice would you have, not only for our students, but our staff? Everyone's winding towards summer. What are some ways to sharpen our saw as educators, as parents? What would you say in terms of sharpening our saw to continue to grow and get better?
I think it's a matter of just using some of what we would consider downtime to pick up on another skill. Either use it for going to a conference to learn something new on AI in education, or reading that book that you haven't been able to get around to that's a good beach read. You're going to take a week and go to the beach. You have some downtime, read, catch up on that book. Maybe you get some new idea from the book. Just don't let yourself fall into 14 weeks of not doing anything, which, for educators, we have that time. For others who are working around the year, they don't have that downtime.
Sure.
But for students, right? For students who maybe need a summer job or get the internship for some experience, just to build on what they've been learning. Have a reading list. Have something that keeps mentally and physically engaged, I would say. But particularly for educators, I would say catching up on scholarship, reading, conferences. Use the time to get ready for next year.
all leaders are readers. Great
Yes.
points, Dr. Fox. Here's some swag for you. We know you got a lot of Port
Thank
Pride
you.
class of '96.
Yep.
That'll
Yes.
fit nice in the office.
It will.
And then here's one for the water bottle here, my
Perfect.
friend Mike. All right.
Perfect.
And here, get one to your mom and dad too. all
Thank
right?
you.
Good-
Appreciate it.
good
Yeah, they'll
people,
appreciate that.
friends of Port Jervis.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Mike. Good to see you.
Thank you very
You
much.
look
Good to
sharp.
see
We
you.
got the
Thank you.
tie, the whole thing. So,
Thank you very
Great to
much.
see
It's
you.
great to see you. Great to be
Yeah.
back here at Bicentennial. It's
oh my
been a
God.
few years since
Did
I
you
was
go?
here.
You go to
Yes, I was here.
the
I was
place to
here.
be?
Place to be. Yes, absolutely. Yes,
Dr. Fox doing great things. We appreciate you stopping by.
absolutely. Thanks for
All right.
having me. Good to see you. Enjoy the summer.
Cool. Check us out on social media. Follow our shows, and we'll stay in touch. All right.
Definitely. Sounds good.
All right.
Good to
all
see you.
right.
Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Mike. Mike, send in our next guest here.
I will.
Yeah. There's my friend Deb Casara. Hi, Deb.
My former student.
Oh my God. There we go. Hi.
Nice to meet
Good
you.
to see you. Come on in. We're on live here on the show.
Oh
Hi.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's all good.
Hello.
You are Brooke Tonneson.
Tonneson.
Tonneson,
It is
hi.
difficult. People say Thompson. People say all
That's
sorts of
okay.
things.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you. Oh my
Are
gosh,
you a
thanks.
Port Jervis grad? Are you?
No,
You're not.
menacing. So
Menacing.
kind of close, but
As long
go
as you
for
didn't
it.
wear green today.
No, I didn't. I this isn't very
Cool.
red,
Scoot
but
in.
it's
Scoot
close.
in. I'm Andrew Murata. This
Hi,
is
everybody.
our Port Jervis podcast.
Okay, cool.
So tell me, Brooke, what brought you to Port Jervis today? How did you get to Leadership Day here?
Yeah, so Nikki Hartman
Oh,
actually
okay.
put my name in, which was
Okay.
really kind of her. I own a women's fitness studio in Port Jervis, and
Ooh.
she reached
Walk
out to
Fusion.
me. Yeah, and she reached out to me like 2 months ago, and she was like, "Your studio is becoming the talk of the town," because I only opened about
Yes.
4 months ago.
Okay.
And actually, she messaged me about a month into me opening, and she was like, "Everyone's talking about it here. Can we do a private class for the
Yes.
teachers from here?" And I was like, "Yes, are you kidding me?" Because I just opened, and I just like couldn't believe that the name was going around that quickly, right? But that's
That's
what
great.
social media does. And,
Yeah.
I guess it was working out, and so I met Nikki, like the kindest person
She's
ever.
the best. Give her a shout out.
Yes, literally. And she put my name in with Emily Mesnick, or I believe that's how she pronounced me.
Principal Mesnick?
Yes, and they invited me to come today, and I was
Awesome.
extremely nervous. But I just finished, and the kids were so kind, and
Yeah.
Mrs. Conklin was so
Mhm.
kind as well. So everything's working out, and now this is my final thing. I'm super
Yeah.
nervous about it.
Yeah.
but,
Don't be nervous. We
yeah.
got you back here.
My
This is our
face is as red
podcast.
as your shirt.
It's all good. You're bringing the Port Jervis red.
Oh my God.
What was your message today to the kids? And what grade level did you speak
Yes.
to?
5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they could be tough fifth
Yeah,
graders.
but they were all super, super kind and interactive. So that was really nice and all
Yeah.
really responsive to what I was saying. But my main goal was just telling them to always keep learning.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what, you can learn something new every day. And even after you finish high school, and if you decide to go to college, you will always continue to learn things. Because after I graduated college, I became a real estate agent, which you don't need to go to college for that, but I did it. But you keep learning. And then I eventually decided that I wanted to open a studio. So I became a certified group and fitness instructor. So
Wow.
just constantly learning things. And that was my main goal, was just to tell them to always work hard, always continue to learn, be kind to everybody, and just walk around with an open mind, and you will set yourself up like properly for the
Yeah.
future. Just
Very cool.
yeah.
This
yeah.
is Brooke Tonneson.
Yeah, Tonneson. Yeah.
Tonneson. And Brooke, where is Walk Fusion? And how would I find it online?
Yeah, so if you have like an iPhone, you can
Mhm.
just go to Google Maps, or you can just go to the maps that
Mhm.
comes with every iPhone. You can type in Walk Fusion and it'll come right up. But I'm on Route 6, and
Mhm.
if you know where the old Planet Fitness was,
Yeah.
I'm in that same building on the bottom floor.
Okay.
So the Planet Fitness isn't there anymore,
Yeah,
but that's kind of the easiest way I tell people, because
Yeah.
a lot of people know that
And
building.
it's right off the highway. So
Yes.
if I'm a woman, I'm a working woman here, and so do you
Yes.
have classes in the afternoon? How do you?
Yeah, so we have classes Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Every single day we have an 8 a.m. and a 6 p.m. class.
Okay.
I'm hoping to be able to add more classes for the summer, because
Mhm.
I know a lot of the teachers get out and they might not want to have to wait till 6 p.m. to come anymore. But Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays we have cardio classes.
And this is basically was the whole theme of Walk Fusion. Everyone gets their own walking pad. Do you know what a walking pad is by chance?
It's kind of it's a freestanding
Yes,
thing.
it's a
yeah.
treadmill with no handlebars.
I'm a little.
essentially.
I have a standing desk, but I'm a
Okay.
little afraid to do it while.
No,
I feel like I'm
yeah,
gonna
because you start
fall.
glitching out, right? And you're like, I don't know if I can think of all these things at once. But basically, that's what started Walk Fusion like all together was everyone gets their own walking pad, and we listen to fun playlists and we dance to it while we walk. And it's
Wow.
a really, really fun workout. You get a great sweat. But I always just tell people, if you showed up for yourself and you moved, like that's the biggest thing ever.
Okay.
And that's really important to me. But we did now add HIIT classes to the schedule, and also a
What's that? What's hit?
HIIT class is high interval.
Okay.
I can't think of the word. Intensity training. I
Training?
think I might have messed up the eyes. Which is basically weightlifting and cardio into one thing. It's not on the treadmills. This is on the floor on the mats. But it's just like another way for people to build muscle that's not with cardio.
Yeah.
And then we also added a sculpting class, which is kind of just like toning, like kind of like mat Pilates type of vibe. Also not on the treadmills, that's also on the floor. So now we have just like kind of a well-rounded schedule. You have the cardio and the weightlifting kind of aspect, and also the toning aspect. And I'm really, really excited. We're starting this new schedule in June, so next week it starts.
Yeah.
And I'm just really proud of what.
Send us some flyers and stuff. Here's my
Sure.
contact. I'm going to give you my cell
cool.
to see
Thank
if we
you.
can help you.
Thank you.
But send that to us, and we'll send it to the Port Jervis community.
Thank you.
How, Brooke? Again, if I want to find it online, is
Yeah.
it walkfusion.com?
It's walkfusionpj.com.
PJ, okay.
Yeah, so Port Jervis, because we're in Port Jervis. So walkfusionpj.com. All the classes are $15 no matter what. There will never be a more expensive class, and we have classes every day, 8 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Yeah.
You don't need to have a membership to join. You can
That's
just
that's
take,
affordable.
yeah, yes, that was my main goal. I really wanted people to, be able to come more than once if they really wanted to. And you don't need to be a member. You can just take a single class and you can decide if it's for you or not. It's very low risk, and everyone just has a really good time. And I'm really happy with the community that we built.
Yeah.
There's tons of moms that come, tons of teachers that come. And I'm just really proud of the community of women.
Yeah.
Everyone's super kind and super excited to show up for themselves, which means a lot to me.
You met the right person, Nikki Hartman, PE
Yes.
teacher here,
Yes.
all about fitness, all about getting moving.
Mhm.
So it's almost June here, Brooke, and I like to walk myself.
Yeah.
Is 10,000 steps the number? Like, is that it? Is that a made up number? What advice would you give us in addition to your classes
Yeah.
about movement and getting those steps in?
Yeah. I think the 10,000 number is kind of like a trend that happened. It
Mhm.
just sounded really good.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's beneficial to step that much. Do you need to step 10,000? I'm not too sure. I always tell people, like, as long as you're moving, that's all that matters,
Mhm.
because you could really just be sitting on the couch, right? But you chose to get up and move your body. So I wouldn't really stress out about the number. As long as you're moving, that really, really matters. And as long as you are taking the steps every day to do
Mhm.
something good for yourself, I
Mhm.
think that's really important. And it's totally okay to have an off day, or, maybe be like, oh, I'm going to skip today. And that's okay. You can totally do that. It's your life, right? And I always tell people, nothing is that serious. You will know when something is serious, right?
Mhm.
So take the load off your shoulders and just like live your life for you and feel happy about what you do, because it's hard to be consistent if you're not happy with what you're doing. So I just tell people, find something you love and stick to it, and it will become easier and you will fall more like in love with it. So yeah.
I like that. It's hard to be consistent if you're not in love in what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very
Yeah.
cool. Anything else you wanted to share, Brooke?
No, just thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah,
to
no, this
speak
is
and
great.
stuff.
I hope you follow us. We have, our shows. We have live content. Are you
Yeah.
on Instagram?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm gonna give you my phone. We're gonna go live here, right on. And how do I find you on Instagram?
Yeah, you can search. It's just the Instagram is walk.fusion. Oh, see,
There it is.
Yep, right there.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Walk.fusion.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Walk.
Very
I don't know
cool.
if it's gonna focus or not, but
That's all right.
it's
Walk.fusion.
walk.fusion. Yep, and
We gotta hit follow. Bam.
The age limit is 12 and up, so people can come
Oh.
with their moms if they want. It's just a really, really good time. And I don't want you to think of it as a workout. Just think of a place you're having fun, and you also just somehow benefiting as well with your health. So I hope people come and try it out because it's really, really fun.
Very cool. Brooke was here again. Leadership Day, HBE, making connections in the community. We have some port swag for you. We'll have to see about getting you some more signs, but here's something for the
Thank you.
studio, and here's
Thanks.
here's one
Aw,
for your water bottle too.
thank you.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much. It was so
Yeah.
nice to meet you. Thank you.
This is Brooke Tonneson, the
Yeah.
owner of Walk Fusion. It's where the old Planet Fitness is, right off
Yes,
the highway there. That's a good location. I was shocked
Thanks.
when they left.
I
It
know.
was kind of like, wow.
I know.
And the
Crazy.
building was empty for a while. So good for you for jumping in there.
Thank you.
And bringing fitness and health. I think it's so important when we have educators that are feeling good and looking good. It adds to their work in the classroom.
Oh
So,
yeah. I'm totally aware that my energy makes everyone else have a good time. So I always got to make sure I'm in a good mood too, or not everyone else. will.
Before I let you go, I see you getting
Yeah.
ready. I'm
No, you're fine.
a terrible stretcher. Am I
Oh.
stretching before? How much am I stretching afterwards?
Oh, you have to stretch before always, and I
Yeah.
always encourage you to stretch afterwards, even if you might be tired.
Yeah.
Always take the time to stretch at least 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
I would say
Okay.
5,
Okay.
but some people just want to get right into it, and they're like,
Yeah.
I don't need to stretch.
Yeah.
It makes the difference. Always stretch, especially your hip area,
Yeah.
your shoulders, things like that. You always want to stretch them out. You don't want to just go in cold. That's how you get injured. So just warm up your body a little bit. Do some jumping jacks, stretch your arms. Those little things you do.
Warm up a little, stretch, and then do it, and then 2 to 5 minutes afterward.
Yeah, always stretch afterwards.
Gotta do
It just benefits your body so much.
I gotta do
really
it.
does.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
I
Stay
gotta
consistent.
do
You
it.
got this.
Follow Brooke and her team. Walk Fusion. The classes are $15. I'm gonna check this out, Brooke. My wife, I have 2
Yes.
teenage daughters.
Oh, cool.
So that's pretty good here.
Oh,
So
I'd
this
love
is
to see
Brooke
them.
Tonneson, Walk Fusion. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for having
Cool.
me.
You wanna give them a
Oh, let's do it. Ready?
hit it a couple times.
That's so hilarious. Oh my God.
Very good.
Thank you guys.
You look like you could be Principal Mesnick's daughter here.
Really? Oh, the hair or something?
You got your twin here.
Hi, you guys.
That, you can totally fill my
I'm gonna
mind.
feel so
My
bad.
goodness.
Nice to meet you, Brooke. Yeah.
And Kimber's ready.
All right.
Miss Kimber. Hi.
Kimber Clegg. Hi. Good to see you. Good to see you. Come on. We're live here, Kimber.
Hi, everybody.
Good to see you. Kimber Clegg, class of 18 also?
Yep,
Yeah.
long time ago.
I just met Mackenzie.
Yep,
Yeah.
My best friend,
Good to see
my business
you.
partner.
She's your best friend. Were you friends at school when you were students?
Yeah,
You were.
yeah. We became like better friends after graduation and everything.
Okay. Scoot
yeah.
in here. Scoot in. Good to
Hi.
see you.
But you too.
Kimber wrote in one of my books.
I
She
did.
had written a
I do
beautiful
brag
letter.
to people about that.
Yeah.
I still have my signed copy.
It was in the principal book. Which one book? Which
Yeah,
book
I think it
Or
was
the
your
parent-
first one.
The principal one.
Yeah,
Let's find it. Did you
Yeah.
already speak today?
yeah, I did.
Well, maybe I could give you some more copies. I
That'd
have
be
have
awesome.
some in the car. I'd
Yeah.
like to do that. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
so cool.
So Kimber, you are here. You're the owner of Kindness Creates.
I
Tell,
am.
Tell me about that this journey.
So I went to college. I went to Scranton. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to help people, but I did not want to be a doctor or a nurse. Like I can't do blood. So I found counseling, and I thought I was going to do that when I graduated, but turns out no one wants to pay someone with a bachelor's degree in counseling. So I worked at the Center for Discovery for a couple of years.
Mhm.
I loved my students, but it's just not what I wanted to do, you know?
You felt
And-
that. You
yeah.
felt that,
Yeah, like I loved my students, but I just like I wanted to help people in a different way.
Mhm.
And also coming from a family that always worked for themselves with horses, I like it felt so wrong being in a professional setting like that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Interesting.
and I was doing photography all throughout college, just on the side. And then I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I'll take the summer off from the center and I'll try doing photography full time. And I ended up renting out a store location and just decided I was going to do photography and open up a storefront at the same time. Kenzie and I spent the whole entire summer doing that together. And finally
The same place in Matamoros.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I obviously had to finally actually quit my job.
Okay.
And yeah, I opened up the store and now I do photography full time too. And I had the perfect little spot for Kenzie. So
Yeah.
I was trying to convince her for a couple of months to go in there. And she always said like she never wanted to be on her own. She wanted to just like do her thing and that's it. And then everything happened with Austin. And it was just like everything fell into place at the right time. And she opened up her hair salon. And now we have a little 3-in-1 over there. So yeah, and I just get to go to work with my best friend every day. And now I'm a nanny too. So I do a little bit of everything.
Okay. And it's right next to Two Rivers Grill
Yes.
in Matamoros.
The pink store.
The pink store, the only
Mhm.
pink storefront there.
Exactly.
So tell me, is Kindness Creates the photography studio?
It
or
is.
are you doing some additional kindness work there?
So in the front is a store. That's the boutique part of it. And then in the back side of it is the photography studio. But my favorite kind of work is like outside in nature.
Yeah.
I started taking weddings this summer.
Oh.
That was something I kind of debated for a while because I like working like one-on-one with couples.
Mhm.
And sometimes with like weddings, it's just like a lot of distraction, you know, but this summer I started taking them on. So
Yeah.
I'll be offering that too.
That's a
But-
big thing. It's all day. You're taking
Yeah.
pictures at getting the hair. You're at the party. It's a-
Exactly. And as someone who struggles with a lot of anxiety, that's
Yeah.
very anxiety provoking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I decided to like take the leap this summer. So I just did my first wedding last weekend.
Okay.
It was
How did it go
amazing.
for
It was
you?
so good. It was Grace Sullivan, Jared Jennings.
Yes.
It was a beautiful wedding. It was so much fun. And it was nice to be surrounded by people, you
That you
know,
know,
that,
yeah.
yeah, and like I'm
Yeah.
comfortable with. So
Oh,
yeah.
good for you.
Yeah.
Kimber. Wow.
Yeah. It's
So,
been so fun.
How can they find you? How can people find you online?
Oh, I'm hard to miss. I have Kindness Creates Studio and Boutique on Facebook, on Instagram. We have a website, kindnesscreates.com. You can shop online. Also have photography website, Kimberclake Photography. Yeah, we're on TikTok too. We're everywhere. We're hard to miss. You can always find our
Wow.
reels.
And you do all of the social media promotion as well?
Yeah, it's just
Wow.
me and Kenzie. We do it all ourselves.
Wow.
It's a lot, and it's a lot harder than going to work every day somewhere else, but like a different kind of hard
Mhm.
because you're working for yourself.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's so rewarding and it's so fun being able to see the things that like we've created with our own hands,
Yeah.
you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was your message today, Kimber? And who did you speak to? What grade did you speak to?
4th grade.
Fourth grade. Okay.
Yep.
And so what was your message today?
My message was a lot to do with leaving your impact on people
Mm.
and how it sounds cliche, but like kindness can go a really long way. And as someone who has really struggled throughout school, but like maybe didn't always show it, I wanted to show kids that you don't have to follow the same path that everyone else has. Growing up, I thought that you had to like go to college and get like a real job and do all of these things in order to be successful. And that maybe because my brain didn't work the same way as other people, that I was like less than. But I talked a lot about how like you can use your own superpowers and make your own path for things, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
What a great message.
Thanks.
Yeah. Wow, I'm
And
so
I also
proud
told
of
about
you.
how nervous I was. And
Yeah.
they seemed like they, you know.
You were nervous.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh.
I'm terrified all the time. But that's kind of my message too, is like doing it scared.
I'm
you know?
terrified all the time.
Yeah,
But
all
you're
the
not,
time.
But you're not terrified taking pictures, right?
I am, but like at the end of the day, it's like doing it scared.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to do it
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna let being scared get in the way of that.
Yeah.
So
Someone told me once, Kimber, like, because, you know, if I was refereeing or I had to go speak at graduation, you get those nerves, right?
mhm.
And they said, like, that's normal. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay. But
Yeah.
you just got to work through it. you
Yeah,
know?
and I'm like one of those people where it's not like I would get those nerves and like for games, like when I played volleyball, most people like they dread practice, they just want to get to the game. I was the complete opposite. Like I could care less about the game. Like I want to do it for the fun of it. And I think that's still kind of the same
Wow.
in like my career now. Like I'm not like shooting a wedding or like doing photography like to get to the end of it. I'm doing it to like enjoy, you know, the actual act of doing it.
Awesome.
But yeah,
Yeah. Good for you.
Thanks.
Kimber, if I you mentioned the job, right? I left
Yeah.
the job, Center for Discovery. You felt it wasn't for you,
Yeah.
but you were doing it. You need to make money. You need to have, you know,
Mm-hmm.
salary. But then you cut ties and you chased your passions.
Mhm.
What would you say to that person who's hanging on to the job, but they have this side hustle, they have this thing that they really want to do? What would you say there?
My biggest thing was always that the job will always be there.
Mm.
Even when I debated leaving the center and doing photography, my other thing was also going back to college, getting my master's degree. And after so many conversations with my parents and my parents' friends, it was those jobs will always be there. And that might be like a scary thing to admit to yourself if you're in one of those positions. But yeah, those jobs will always be there. So if you have this passion for something, there's a reason that you have it. I heard this quote one time and it was like, maybe the reason that like that passion is inside of you is because your future self already has it. So I think that if you have it, this calling, you have to go after it. And I'm not a religious person, more like spiritual, but yeah, I think if there's something calling you, there's a reason for it.
Kimber Clegg, everyone, class of 18, in business with her best friend, Mackenzie Wesley. There's a hair salon there, Unprofessional. And then Kindness Creates, Kimber's website, kimberclegg.com.
It's Kimber Clegg Photography.
Photography.com.
And then kindnesscreates.com. You could find us on Facebook, Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any last message you want to share?
Well, thanks for having me. I'm not sure how many people are listening to me ramble, but I appreciate the ones that are. And it's been such a cool experience to come back to, you know, one of the places that helped shape me.
Yeah. If the people are watching live, you could say hello to Kimber, but also Kimber, it's on replay on Facebook and all of those. So but here's some port swag for the shop or your house. There's the little PJ.
Love it.
And then here's one for your water bottle.
Thank you. I told Kenzie maybe we'll have to put some PJ merch outside of Kindness. That way the Matamoros people know.
Maybe I'll have to get you some more.
Yeah.
Here's my cell too, Kimber. I don't know how much time you have, but we have a few more guests here. Hello, Mr. Hoffman or Mrs. Hoffman. But I'd love to give you some more books. But if you have to run, we'll connect at another time.
Yeah.
Because I think I have a couple more guests.
Awesome. Yeah.
But I have some in the car.
Yeah. Or stop by the store whenever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there.
It was so nice to see you
Yeah.
again.
Good to see you. I'm so proud of you. Like it's an entrepreneurship and to go out there, but you're doing it. You're chasing your passions.
Yeah.
And I've seen her photography. I actually talked to her. My daughter didn't want to do it, but you know, her pictures are phenomenal.
Thank you. And I have to give a huge shout out to everybody over at Ben's Fresh and Fort Jervis Pizza. I worked there all throughout high school and throughout college, and they really showed me what it means to work hard.
Oh, they work hard.
Apart from my parents, of course, but they really showed me what it takes to like run a business, and I look up to them a lot. So. But
they're great friends there. Ben and Kanan and
Bobby
been so supportive.
Yeah.
Bobby does a great job on social media too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the pictures. Yeah. So awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Kimber.
All right.
Cool.
See
Let's
you
see
later.
who we got next here. You want to let them in? So nice to see our Port grads going here and
Here's Lindsay.
awesome. Now is Lindsay going to be our last guest, Miss?
Lindsay and then Mr. Karam, and then you're good.
Got it. Okay, very good. So Lindy will go, and then we'll end with Mr. Karam. They're taking pictures here. If you're watching live, jump in and say hello. Hello, Miss Sullivan. Hi.
Sorry, I
Good
have
to see you.
I have so many gifts from the kids.
Oh
I have to like.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I have to like. I'm always coming in like.
I love
Crazy.
it. I love it.
Hello.
What was your year, Lindsay? What year did you graduate?
2016.
2016.
100 years ago.
It feels like it, right?
Yeah.
It feels like it. Well, welcome. Yeah.
Thank you for
got
having
your
me.
swag on today.
I do. I
here?
have the ACT group representing.
Yeah.
Yes, I have
Awesome.
to. Yeah.
Cool. Scoot in a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
This
Hello.
is Lindsay Sullivan, class of 16.
Hello, everybody.
Lindsay, you spoke today. What was your message?
So my message is like how community really helps enrich the youth of like the world.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, because I was that young kid in community theater that, you know, enjoyed and always like loved meeting the older like people in theater because I just always felt like there was always something to learn. Yeah.
Nice.
So I was always like, so that was really I met with some kids that really had like hard hitting questions. I was like, oh, I'm not prepared for this.
Whoa. What grade?
Yeah.
What grade?
So I did kindergarten, first and third. So I was like, oh, this will just be like kindergarten. They were like, are you happy in life? I'm like,
Whoa.
yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were little journalists.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the teachers do a great job of prepping the kids, having a guest in there.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what, for those that don't know, what is the ACT group? Where is it? Tell me about it.
So the ACT group is the Actors Community Theater Group, started by the Sullivans. It's family run, women run. My mom and my two sisters and I, we're the owners of it.
Oh,
We started out doing shows at Foundry 42, our
Yeah.
lovely friends at the Foundry.
I love the Foundry.
We love the Foundry.
Yeah.
And
Upstairs,
then,
you're upstairs?
yes, we
Yeah.
were, yes, but now we are doing shows out of the community center.
Yes.
And yeah, and so we just announced yesterday that we're doing Beetlejuice. Yes, yeah. So
And
we're
when's
very-
that going to be?
So we just announced it yesterday. Auditions will be next week, June 2nd and June 3rd.
Okay.
And then the show will be September 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Ah.
Yeah, so
and
come
where,
on
and
out.
where is that?
It's gonna be at the community center.
Right next to the library? Is that-
Yes, right next to the library.
Okay.
Yeah.
September, say that again.
September 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Cool. Lindsay, I want to make sure I give you my card,
Yeah.
my email, but I'm going to give you my cell too.
Okay.
Make sure we get those flyers. Make sure we get
Yes.
that
I actually
stuff.
have.
And we'll help
Yeah,
promote it here too.
I have
Yeah.
a little poster if you want to just
Yes,
show it.
we
real
want
quick.
to see it. Beetlejuice. Cool. Put that right up on the screen
Oh,
there.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then we also have our show that we're currently doing, Steel Magnolias.
Yes.
And that is directed by my wonderful sister, Elizabeth.
Ah.
And that is going to be June 13th, 14th, 15th, June 4th, 13th, 14th, 15th. Sorry, I can't read
Cool.
and talk about
Can I
it.
have those?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'll hang them up and put them around. the
Please
school
do.
here. Very cool.
Very special project. The thing
Yeah.
about the ACT group that I love so much is that we have a very wide range of the youngest people we've had. They're 3 years old, and the oldest people in their 70s and 80s. So it's a good community that we've built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What were your shows when you were in school? Did you?
So
what were your-
when I was in middle school, I did Fiddler on the Roof Junior.
Nice.
And then I did Susical Junior, where I met my best friend for life, and he's actually my choreographer for Beetlejuice now.
Nice.
You probably remember him as Nicely Johnson from
Uh-huh.
his senior year.
Okay.
But then when I hit high school, I stuck with community theater to do to act in it, but I really sunk my teeth into the tech side of it. And I was in high school, the stage manager, all my high school years.
I love it.
And I really got to learn a lot
Yeah.
about, and my oldest sister, she's always done both sides. So she taught me so much regarding light, sound,
Yeah.
background stuff. So yeah, I look up to her a lot with
I
that.
love it. I love it. And there's a lot of chatter in the community about, a new community center, but to hear about these groups here, this is fantastic.
We
Yeah.
definitely, theater is something that's, I feel there's a presence of it in Port. And I feel like the Sullivans were very much loud about theater.
Yeah.
So it's very fun to bring it to the community center. We're the first
Yeah.
ones to do shows there.
Yeah.
And we're meeting so many people and just loving it.
Have you been back to the shows since you graduated also here?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes. No, we
They've
definitely.
been so good.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. That's
I'm still
actually
singing the songs from Annie.
Oh no! So actually, Ishmael Gill was one of
The
our
Beast?
So he was one of our actors in Murder on the Orient Express, which was my directorial debut. And so me and the whole cast, we went there and we supported him. And I was not a big Annie fan, but they turned me. They turned me.
It was, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. The sun came out and I cried.
Wow. Fantastic.
But yeah, so yeah, no, I will say that's another thing about the theater world is that we're very supportive of Trisha Halpenny is one of love her. She's an ACT group friend. We love her. She's done our cabarets.
Yeah.
We love her kids. So we very much the ACT group. We're very respectful and we love the school's theater. And we all know each other.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a real community and our arts. We've been using the hashtag support the arts.
Yes.
We have our last choir concert is tonight.
Yes.
And then we have a middle school cabaret coming, and then our senior Abigail Straber is going to do a
Yes,
show at the end of the month.
Yes, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. James and the Giant.
James and the Giant Peach. Yeah.
I love it. Cool.
Yeah.
Do you go to Broadway or are you?
100%.
You
Almost every time I'm off.
Wow. You zip down there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Me and my family, we almost
TKTS boots. You buy
Oh
them
yeah.
online,
Oh no,
what's
we're Today Ticks people. We
Today
are
Ticks.
Today Ticks. You gotta Today Ticks.
and TIX.
Yeah.
And those are the ones
Those are the best deals. Yeah. I would say my sister Elizabeth. She's always like a wizard. She's like, guys, we have a good deal on Hadestown. We
you go,
literally
you zip
we
down.
go. We
Yeah.
just it's so far, I feel like this Broadway season, we've probably only missed out on like 2 or 3. Like we're really,
Wow.
yeah. I work also at Burger King, and I work long hours. So whenever I have a day off, we treat ourselves.
You go. But you're enriching
Mhm.
your passion. You're
Yes.
chasing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got great energy.
I try
Yeah,
to. I try to.
yeah.
I like to.
I love it.
I'm very much the outspoken one, and the I don't stop talking, as my mom always says.
Really? I couldn't
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell that.
Yeah, no, I very much like to bring the height up.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. But we got to roll here. I got to go do my speaking
Yeah.
engagements. Anything else you wanted to share? Lindsay?
Support the arts and
Capital P-O-R-T.
yes, support and the ACT group is here. Come see our shows, come out to auditions. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We have loads and loads of information. We love all ages.
Can you? I
Yes.
did this a couple times today.
Okay.
Where is it? I want to find my. Type your thing in there. I just
Okay.
followed Walk Fusion and forget you. The young kids, they're so quick with the text message. I'm
There
still
you go.
like
You're
one.
following.
I'm like one thumb.
Yep, that's our.
Cool.
That's us.
This is it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep, the ACT.
The Actors Community Theater Group Incorporated. There's the logo there. And again, the shows right now. Steel Magnolia is here this June.
Yes.
And auditions for Beetlejuice is coming out. Very cool.
Yes.
Awesome. These are the auditions.
Yeah, those are the auditions.
The show is
Yes.
going to be in September.
Yes.
Fantastic. Cool. Lindsay
Yes.
Sullivan. Lindsay, here's some swag
Oh,
for you.
Love
It
that.
could go wherever you'd like. And
Oh.
then here's one for your water bottle, a little Port
Oh,
Pride
that's so cute.
for you.
Love this.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having me.
Lindsay Sullivan here. Check them out. Leadership Day at HBE. And I think Mr. Karam's going to bring us home here. Lindsay, you want to open that?
Yeah,
Mr. Karam? Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Wow. These Port Jervis kids knocking at the Sullivans and good stuff here happening. So, and here comes Mr. Karam, our assistant principal here, bringing us home. You and Miss Mesnick, Mr. Karam, have done
The bookends.
an exceptional job here. Our guests, all of that. So I didn't hear Mr. Karam. How are you today?
It's been a great day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you speak or are you just facilitating the whole thing?
Today, I am the jack of all trades, directing traffic, making sure everybody gets where they need to go, making sure we're on schedule. When we're done here, actually, Mrs. Mesnick and I are going to go out to see the canine units and make sure they get the bottle of water because they've been out there a good long while with the dogs.
The officers or the dogs?
Both.
They both need water.
Everybody needs some water.
Yeah. Wow. This is Justin Karam, our assistant principal, HBE. How many years in Port Jervis now?
This is year 7.
God, it feels like yesterday the guy drove down from Brockport.
My fondest memory of that
7.
one was the call from you on the way back. Can you come back tomorrow? Yup.
And he did, and it worked out here for us. Mr. Karam, what have you learned from Leadership Day, not only today, but over the past couple of years?
You know, I think the biggest thing I take away from just kind of the common theme is most of the people who have leadership roles didn't get them the first time they tried something or the first time they went out there. It's the people who succeed in leadership and end up in leadership roles or with leadership responsibilities are those willing to overcome obstacles, challenges, or being told no.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, my takeaway has been that sort of drive to not give up and not accept no or not accept you can't as an answer from somebody.
That's a great response there. Mr. Karam's also my unofficial proofreader, helping with a lot of my stuff, former English teacher. Mr. Karam, you found community here at HBE. You found a community here in Port Jervis, but you've also found a community through the CrossFit program, like
Yes.
Simmons, Burn the
Ships
Burn the
CrossFit.
Ships CrossFit, and really have transformed your body, your lifestyle. Talk to me about you know that community of CrossFit and what it means to you.
So when I started my journey here at Port, I was not in great shape, a little heavier. I knew I wanted to get a little more healthy, so I was looking at options to do that. At the time, I found out that one of our teachers, Mr. Simmons, ran a CrossFit gym. I didn't know a whole lot about CrossFit except that it sounded scary at the time. But the way I kind of operate is if I decide to do something, I do it 100%. So the way I handled that was I signed up right off the bat for 1 year.
And my logic behind that was, I'm going to do this for a year, and then I'll reevaluate and see, is this something for me? Maybe something else is better. I've now been there for, the last 5 years. So it's working out really well. The best thing about CrossFit is the community that motivates you to do your best, even on those days where you're maybe not feeling like you want to do it. Because, everybody in their fitness journey has those days where today's great, I feel great, and I want to do this. And then there are days where maybe I don't want to do this quite as
You
much.
feel it. That's right. The older you get, that seems to happen more, Yeah. Mr. Karam, you've adjusted different levels, different roles here, certainly landed in a good spot. How did you adjust from working with the high school kids, the upper levels, to working with some of our youngest students here? What are some adjustments you made?
So I joke with people that one of the things I had to get used to was, at the high school, nobody tries to hug you. At elementary, every child in the building wants to hug you. So I had to get used to that. And I'm not a person who typically has been a hugger historically, but the kids here are fantastic. I would say that an interesting observation I have is, at all level, to a large degree, children are children.
Mm-hmm.
And what they want from you is a relationship, and they want to know who you are and what you believe in. And I feel like establishing relationships with students and families is probably the most important part of my job.
It's the job.
So,
the job.
In that way, it's not that different. Certainly the needs of the children are different at elementary as compared to high school. And some of the problems that you can see they vary. But ultimately, I would say that, what I've learned is that even though I didn't have a whole lot of elementary experience coming here, kids ultimately are still kids.
Mm-hmm. Port Jervis schools here, proud of our kids, proud of our staff, proud to be here at HBE Leadership Day. So, Mr. Karam, we are going to wrap up. Thank you for hosting this day. Thanks for hosting me here. I got to prep for my sessions.
Of course.
I got some challenging groups. I got third grade, second grade. I mean,
they're going to love you. They're going to love
I'm
you.
a little nervous, Mr. Karam. I got, but I appreciate you. I appreciate the work you're doing. And Mr. Karam has done extremely well here in Port School. So,
and thanks for getting the word out about us and what we're doing here today. Thank you to everybody who took the time to listen in, and anyone who sees the recording. Thank you so much for all the support of our building, because we can't do the things like this without the support of the community.
yeah.
Obviously, that's all that is today, is the community coming in here and saying, yes, we'll give up part of our day to spend some time with your students. And it doesn't work unless the community supports us. So
You got
that's everything.
county leaders
everything.
here, community leaders, business people, a lot of Port Jervis graduates. How many total guests were here today? Or
It's
still
in
are
the
here?
neighborhood of 50 or so community members who are taking the time out of their day to come visit our classrooms.
I love it. I love it. Well, I got to get ready,
Right.
Mr. Karam. I also got to use the restroom. I've been here for quite a while. A lot of coffee and drinks. So, Mr. Karam, thanks for your work.
Thank you.
Yeah, HBE is a place to be. We're going to sign off here on the podcast. Thank you, as Mr. Karam said, for supporting our schools. And you don't need my card, Mr. Karam.
I don't need that.
You got my number. I appreciate all your proofreading.
No problem.
Friends, have a great day. And Mr. Karam, can you bring us home? How about a go Port?
Go Port.
Bam. See you, everybody.